And we're rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both mics.
Yay, the applause, and I've disappeared.
And we're live!
I'm not. Where the hell did I go?
No.
God almighty. If it's not one thing, it's five things, dude.
Yeah.
That's
You're
not
over
what
there.
I want to do.
Oh.
Hang on.
No, that's not you.
Well, you know what? I can still do my audio dues here. Here's the deal.
Yep.
Welcome to Both Mics, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Both Mics is a podcast about nothing and everything. That is Mike Sofka.
You can't see me. I'm the Wizard of Oz here. I'm behind the green curtain.
Behind the curtain.
That over there is Mike Taylor. And together we are Both Mics.
We are. We are. Welcome to show number 118 of Both Mics, heard everywhere. Podcasts can be heard. We are on twitch.tv/Both Mics every Friday night. Around 7 o'clock. We run until about 9 o'clock. We take a little break and do a second episode after that.
Tell them where they can listen
check
to
us out. Anywhere podcasts can be heard. You go to your Alexa right now and say, Alexa, play Both Mics. And our sterling voices will come over to entertain you, hopefully. YouTube, Anchor, anywhere. Caster, Podbean, YouTube. We are on YouTube all the time. Just go to the Both Mics YouTube channel. Check us out. Stitcher. We have our videos up on YouTube. We post things on Facebook. We have a merchandise page, believe it or not. Just go to bothmics.com. Check out the T-shirts and knickknacks and things. Send us an email.
Yeah, what kind of knickknack
you can get one of our stickers, a Both Mics sticker. Go to Mike_Sofka at bothmics.com, and he will mail you out a truckload of stickers.
Yeah, well, we might be going without me on the video here today, dude. I'm having a hard time with this for some reason. Doesn't make any sense.
How bizarre.
Yeah,
it
we
makes
just
no
did
sense.
This. Wow.
Right? That was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me try one more thing here. I'm gonna try one more thing. And
yeah.
Video. Let's go here. Am I there? Nope, I'm not there. Let's go here. Let's put this here.
Over there. With the thing.
Yeah, then we're gonna put some nice trees over here.
And
hang on, nothing. I'm working on it. I'm almost there. Whoa, that's the wrong thing. Don't want to screw that up.
Yeah, cancel. Click.
I'm so glad we have such high production value here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still not on, dude. I don't know what's happening here, dude.
How bizarre is that?
We're going to go without me.
Usually it's me that's not there.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put up a picture of me and Lisa.
Ow! I just bit my freaking lip.
Here, I'm going to put a picture up in lieu of my video, and you guys can just listen to my voice then. Let me put this picture up here. Hang on. Here we go. That is, which picture? 154652. That's in this one, 154652. This is perfect. This is going to be great. You're going to love this. Oh my God, it's huge. That's what she says. All right, so we're going to go with that picture, okay?
Okay. Such pretty blue eyes, Michael.
I know. This was in one of our rain delay things where we were hunkered down at Rockville for 2 days underneath the grandstands at Daytona International Speedway. So I don't know why you can't see my
does
video.
Not look amused.
Yeah. But so here's what I'm going to do now.
Amused
I'm going to take us, being we've screwed up part of the show already, I'm going to try to take us right into the alien update here in just a second. Let me pull this other thing down here.
Yeah.
And let me go right here.
Look, an alien! Where?
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous to Earth people!
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too. But I think he's an alien robot. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
All right, the alien update. Want to tell everybody what the alien update is, Mike?
Alien update is an update about aliens. Back to you, Mike.
Yes. Good on the ground reporting. Keep up the good work. We got our man in the streets there, Mike Taylor, reporting live, the heartbeat of the people.
Yep. Yeah, I've got my ear to the ground, my nose to the sky.
All right, these guys are obviously aliens. These guys have, if they're not aliens themselves, they are very close contact to aliens. And we're talking about out of the 7 billion people on the planet, the 6 or 7 or so, we're talking Musk, we're talking Gates, we're talking Bezos, we're talking Zuckerberg, we're talking Branson. We're talking guys that have forwarded us in a humanitarian way, but in their own financial way with the technology they produced. And technology that in the past 20 years has surpassed the past billion years. Or so we think. And you're going to find out more about that here in just a second. So I do want to talk about our boy Musk right away. He's usually controlling this whole thing here, right?
Yep, the ringleader.
Elon Musk has sounded the alarm about Italy, Hong Kong, and South Korea. What do you think he means by that?
International cuisine.
No, close. Close, though. He's saying there are not going to be any more countries called that anymore. They're going to go away.
Okay. Is he going to buy them too?
Well, no, it's and this is what part of, if you follow along with deep state type things and so forth, this is part of the globalization. This is part of what's going on in Davos right now, where world leaders are deciding your and my future, and we have no say in it. We're going to own nothing and like it. This is, and this is all real stuff. You can put that quote in the Google box, you will own nothing and like it, and then see what comes up. Even on Google, they can't even block that, okay? It's common knowledge what's going on. But anyway, long story short, their birth rate is well behind their death rate in Italy, in South Korea, in Hong Kong. Their populations are aging. They're dying out. These countries could disappear. What do you think about that?
Okay.
No more spaghetti.
By population, no more spaghetti. Who's going to make it? What the hell?
Who's going to grow the spaghetti trees? Remember that commercial?
Who's going to stir the sauce?
Yeah, remember that commercial back in the day when you were a kid? They were pulling spaghetti out of the trees. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
The Prince Spaghetti Day or whatever it was.
There's stuff out there. This is according to thestreet.com. You can find more information about this type of stuff just about everywhere if you know where to look. You're not going to find it in the mainstream media, but this is a truth. And I like Musk because he's not afraid to speak his mind. You know, when his shit's hitting the fan with this Twitter thing, he's got $1 billion on the line. When his stock has taken a shit recently because his Tesla stock, he's lost $70 billion. But
Yeah.
it's like net worth type stuff. You know, they didn't come in his house and take $70 billion. It's not
Right.
gonna work like that.
On paper.
Yes. Yes. So anyway, Musk is in the news again because he's made some outrageous claims again. According to newsintact.com, the SpaceX boss Elon Musk claims that alien beings are currently living among us. Now this is what this
Okay.
is, because if he's not an alien, maybe he's got close contact to one, right?
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
don't look behind the curtain. Nothing to see here.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is, I think he's. You ever try to? There's a big thing when you're a popular person. If a story's going to get out, you want to get ahead of the story, so you can
Right.
control the narrative. He's trying to get ahead of it because he's getting ready. We're getting ready to expose him as an alien. Watch.
Okay.
What type of alien you think he is? You think you think he's that type of alien? You think he's that type of alien? Think he's that type of alien? Is he that type of alien there?
Why do aliens have to take, somewhat of a human form,
Who's to say they are aliens? Who's to say that they're not us in the future?
Exactly.
Maybe we've evolved. Maybe we don't need the bodies we have, the body hair. Maybe the blend of all the different colors of the rainbow of people on the planet. They say when you put all the colors together, it comes out to be black or gray, right? There's a gray alien, right? Maybe that's what we are. Maybe that's us in the
Right.
future.
And no hair because we don't go outside, and our eyes get bigger because we are constantly looking at small computer screens.
So, have you ever watched any of these things? Or have you heard of
No.
any ancient alien type theories or anything?
Well, yeah, there's something said about like hieroglyphics and cave paintings of these aliens that we kind of model our current day aliens after.
So, like, I put a
know?
picture up of the Giza pyramids there. Now,
Yes.
Mike, you and I and a crew of 30,000 people would have a hard time building that sumbitch today, and they did it over 2,000 years ago.
Right.
The measurements and the geometry on these things still to the day is only off by fractions of an inch.
Correct.
How did they do it if it wasn't aliens, dude?
Very carefully.
They use advanced cutting techniques, and you could see they have stuff drawn on the walls, how they did certain functions and so forth. What I'm trying to say is, look into this, man. If you want something that'll blow your mind, look into this stuff and ask yourself, how did they move these large stones 1,000 miles, and they're all perfectly cut, like if it was done with a laser? It's impossible. We couldn't do it today. How did they do it 2,000 years ago?
They moved the stones 1,000 miles.
Oh, yeah, dude. There's all sorts of stuff. Look at the Easter Island stuff. Oh, yeah. You ought to check some of this stuff out, dude. Look up ancient aliens and stuff and look up some of the stuff that they're talking about. I think the alien developments here. Now, have you noticed aliens have been in the news a lot more lately?
No.
You haven't noticed that. Well,
I don't watch the news. Why would I watch the news?
I'm going to show you some documented
Something-
video evidence here in just a second. But before I go there, I'm going to go here because there's people that say Musk is right and the aliens are here. They're living inside the Earth.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I believe
Where?
it. I think they're I think they're USOs. They live in the ocean. 2/3 of the planet's covered by water, and we know shit about the ocean, man. We know more about the damn moon than we do the ocean. Okay? And underneath Antarctica, why do you think the Nazis went there? Think it was convenient for them? Think they went there on a holiday for the temperature? No. The alien technology that we hijacked from them by taking Walter Van Braun and all them other people, German prisoners of war, and forced them to advance our rocket programs, and the Soviet Union was doing the same thing. All right. You're yawning.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's what I'm talking about. In the past year, they've been slowly dripping out evidence about Aliens, about alien encounters. This picture I put up is from a Navy plane, okay? Now, this Navy plane picture, there's a small dot, and I'm going to blow that portion of the picture up for you so you can see what that is. This is from a Navy aircraft. He took that photo with his own cell phone camera, which he's not supposed to be doing. That's the alien aircraft he saw.
Okay.
That's what it looked like. You haven't noticed that they've been putting drips out here and there? It's like, oh, there's possible alien stuff. The Navy has declassified this footage of this alien they were chasing. You haven't seen any of this stuff.
Nope. No. I figured if it was important enough, someone would send me a message. Someone will text me.
Of course, Mike. That's what the MSM does. That's what they want you to believe. Buddy. Not only are the aliens here, dude. Not only are they here on the planet, not only are they living in the ocean, not only are they living beneath Antarctica, not only are they living inside, there's also shapeshifter aliens. They can change form. They can change persons. They can change into a person.
If you're such a fan of them, why haven't they contacted you?
Buddy, I am the antithesis of what the aliens want to receive here. They want to receive somebody that's going to bow to their every whim and do what they're told. Fuck you, that's what I say. How about that? We'll start this off right. We'll start a relationship off right. You want me to be your slave? Fuck you, how about that? Okay? Who's to say that we're not slaves to the system now already? Who's to say that our breathing of CO2 is needed for the aliens? Maybe they run on CO2. Maybe we're necessary to produce enough CO2 so they can survive. Maybe their spacecraft runs on gold, and we've been mining gold all these years, and they're just waiting to come back and get it all.
Okay.
You're not agreeing with any of this stuff. You don't think any of those things I just said are plausible.
Correct.
Buddy. Really?
Buddy. Really?
You don't believe in aliens?
I don't believe in aliens are walking among us. There might be aliens out there somewhere. You know, there's just too much out there for us to be the only
why aren't you
game in
open
town.
to think that out of the 7 billion human forms on the earth, that maybe one of them is an alien in disguise or somehow, or maybe the alien race that looks enough like us that's passable. Maybe it's a hybrid. Maybe they captured, or maybe they did a thing with the woman years ago, impregnated her with alien juice, and maybe there's a half and half, a hybrid baby out there. Looks enough human. You know, that's what they do in the Middle East now. They get blonde hair, blue-eyed women, and they take the Middle Eastern man and they impregnate the woman with the Middle Eastern guy, and they raise these kids who look just like us. They raise these kids that look just like us as extremists. And then they come over and they insert these kids in our population and they blend in. Then they're a threat to us.
Okay.
Who's to say aliens aren't doing the same thing? Who's to say aliens aren't blending in with us, and one day they're going to, that's it, they're going to expose themselves. They're all going to turn into giant reptilians. Buddy, you're killing me with the yawn. I can't get you to come across the bridge on this one time for one thing. There's a bunch of different types of aliens too, dude. You ought to look into some of this stuff. There's the Pleadians. There's the Andromedans. There's the Greys.
I'm busy.
There's the Reptilians.
I got things to do.
Buddy, you don't know what you're missing, man. There's aliens out there, dude. I'm telling you. And I'm not just talking about the ones around Uranus.
Nice.
We've talked about aliens before. We've seen alien spacecraft around the sun before on this show. You know, there's an alien race war going on right now. There's an alien war going on right now on this planet between the descendants of the Anunnaki and the descendants of the Pleadians. That's the Pleadians. They have a very Nordic look to them. They're blondish.
That's the band Hanson. No?
It does look that way. It does look that way. They're all long, blonde hair, you know, great bone structure, human face form, 2 arms, 2 legs, about human size. Now the Anunnaki, the ancient Anunnaki, they're the ones with those large skulls. You see that skull there in the top left in that picture? How's that happen, dude? That's a human skull, but it's elongated like that. How's that happen? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
There's a practice
For
called
the fact-
binding where they try to make their heads like that in Africa. They wrap stuff around. You know, the same people that put plates in their lips and shit.
Right, and stretch their neck out.
Yeah. So they're trying to do that to become more like the gods that their people have talked about for millions of years. So these two races of aliens are in battle with each other as we talk. This isn't new either. This is something that, oh my God, how did that happen? Hang on a second here. Let me get this one bigger here. There we go. Look, the Anunnaki Pleadian war is going on. And the only thing that I can be more panicked about than the Anunnaki Pleadian war is the fact that the reptilians are in Congress. If you look at Nancy Pelosi, for instance, she's a reptilian in disguise. No? You're not buying it?
No.
All right. It's a race war. It's an alien race war, dude.
Okay.
We're stuck in the middle. Who's to say who's right? Like, I don't know which side would be good, Anunnaki or Pleadian. Like, are we serving one of these peoples now? Are we without thinking about it, without knowing, are we serving them as a master and we're the slaves on some sort of level? And maybe the other one wants us for the same thing. So maybe they're fighting over us.
Wasn't this like one of the episodes of Transformers? Right? One of the Transformers movies?
Yeah, exactly. It's something like that. Exactly. There's Musk. He thinks the aliens are here. He's a smart dude, so I'm going to go, yeah, I think the aliens are here, dude. That smart guy saying it. All right. So check this out. What kind of car do you think that is?
Yes. Cadillac. No?
Nope.
Do I have a second guess?
Describe what it looks like to people who may not be watching the video.
It looks like it's half missing. Yeah, it's definitely like a flattened type of car.
Let me show you another.
No more
pic.
than
3 different angles.
Yeah, it's really nothing more than transportation. You can't carry nothing in it.
Let me move this photo over.
So it's not a Cadillac.
Can you see the other views there?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, with that grill, I thought it was a Cadillac, but yeah, I have no idea. Doesn't look like it's very efficient.
This is according to newsintact.com. This Thorium car, it's a Thorium, that's what it runs on, Thorium, and I'll get more of that in a second, can run for almost 100 years on just 8 grams of fuel.
Wow. Is it nuclear?
Well, it's obvious why this is kept quiet and nobody knows about this shit. There's too much money in the oil and car industry in the world.
Exactly.
There's new technology going around the block that works based on the newly discovered thorium component. In case you don't already know, thorium is a weakly radioactive metallic chemical element that can actually revolutionize the world as we know it. How? By working as fuel for the new prototype preferred as the Thorium Car. A Thorium Car is just insane to say the least, because in theory, it would actually be able to run well over 100 years with just 8 grams of thorium in its system. The 8 grams would be easy to come by, too. All we really need is to find a way to stop it from radiating everywhere, and it'd be the easiest picking for almost anyone.
Nice.
So it's all around us. Since it has a density of 11.7 grams per cubic meter, it is actually incredibly powerful to the point where it can be actually power up as much as 28,000. It can power up as much as 28,000 liters of oil with just 1 gram in its bag. That's well over 20 million more times the energy than coal. So, thorium is where the future is. I'm telling you, thorium.
Okay. Let's use the Google box and see what thorium has to say. It's
It's like Thor with an IUM after it.
Yeah, thorium.
The
Number
company that we
90 on
need
the
to thank for
periodic
this
table.
incredible discovery is Laser Power Systems. That's the name of the company, as they were the first to consider using thorium as a viable fuel source. They hope that they will be able to market it to the world by the end of 2030. So in about 7.5 years, Mike.
Thorium is a weekly, as in week, not week as in days
Not
of
every
the week.
7 days.
Thorium is a weakly radioactive metallic chemical element in the symbol TH, the atomic number 90. Thorium is silver and tarnishes black when exposed to air, forming thorium dioxide, like rust. Its atomic mass is 232.
Can you imagine, though?
Interesting.
If
There's
our
also
life,
a band called Thorium.
if our life expectancy remains the same, you can give your kid a car before you die, and they can go, well, should I put fuel in it? No, I just filled it up 75 years ago. You're fine.
Right? Interesting. But it's heavy. If it's, where it's on the periodic table.
It's interesting to me, though, because I also saw a thing in passing on TV. I was on a Canadian channel. More on that later, off the air. I was on a Canadian channel, and I'm watching something, and they've created in Canada. They've created a hydrogen car. I can remember you saying that you thought they would, do that one day.
That's where they,
The only problem
been
is
talk
they
about
can't stop it from exploding still.
Nice.
So it's
Especially
highly
those
combustible.
German ones. Yeah. Well, they have cars now that run on liquid propane. And that's highly combustible.
My name's
no more
Hank
than
Hill. I sell propane and propane accessories.
nice. Thorium melting point. So to melt from a solid to a liquid, 3,100.
Are you there, Mike? Wow, you were spitting out some good math and you froze up on us. There you are. Are you here?
Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back?
Go ahead.
Am I back? I'm
Go
back.
ahead. You were saying
boiling point. So from a liquid to a gas.
Yeah.
8,650 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hot stuff.
All right. Well, it's probably going to replace the EV cars, I would think. So I think all this is a money grab. All these climate change people with this green new this and green that is all money grab through the electric car industry. They can launder money through Ukraine. That's another thing. Look that up. Or just call me. I'll give you all the rundown on that shit. That's what's really going on over there. But the EV charge on cars is a big concern for a lot of people. I talked before about a politician who was bragging about driving their electric vehicle from Washington, D.C. to New York, and on a trip, just one trip, either there or back, she has to stop and charge her car up because it won't make it from Washington, D.C. to New York.
In Washington, D.C. to New York is 240 miles. It's about a 4-hour drive.
I could do that in my truck on a half tank of gas.
Yeah.
Because I get over 400 miles on my tank when I travel on the highway. So she can't do that in 240 in a little electric car? What are we doing?
Right? She probably has one of those Priuses.
You're not going to be able to buy another Mustang, Mike. I hope you like the one you got. Because if not, you're going to have to get one of them Mach electric ones with the fastback.
The Mach E?
Yeah. They're having problems with those cars now.
Really? Yeah. Problems selling them or problems just because of what it is?
There's some sort of technical difficulties on a lot of these cars with all this high-tech crap. I don't think they were really ready to produce all this crap. I think the government made some mandates to them that they had to get certain benchmarks by certain dates in order to do that.
Right.
The reason why we haven't done it in the past 50 years, you know why? Because you can't friggin' do it. So they bend rules. They don't do shit right. Some car companies have been in trouble with the EPA, like Volkswagen, for falsely reporting miles per gallon.
Well, yeah, miles per gallon and their emissions, testing.
Well, this story here under headlightrestore.us. Over the past decade, the automobile industry has experienced a drastic increase in advancement with diverse top-notch inventions like the automatic headlights, laser LED headlights, bendable headlights, bumper-mounted headlight systems, now electric vehicles. Ever since its successful debut in 1890 by William Morrison, electric cars gained more popularity here in the U.S., though. See, they had this technology out 100 years ago, folks, 130 years ago.
Well, the electric motor was probably out before the regular, internal combustion engine, right?
You can thank J.D. Rockefeller for squashing that whole industry, for squashing the electric car, because he knew that Americans were going to be able to afford cars, and they were going to be with a combustible engine and using his product, oil, gasoline.
Standard oil.
And he also bought up all the train yards to transport all that stuff. He was making money hand over fist both ways.
Yep.
It's speculated.
I've been by his house many times in Westchester.
It's speculated that in 6 to 12 years, though, far-fasting charger stations would have been made possible. They're saying it typically takes at least 30 minutes to charge up to 80% at the fastest car charging stations, depending on the battery on the electric vehicle.
Right.
Think about that, dude. We just talked about not being able to go between Washington, D.C. and New York State, New York City. And you can't make it 240 miles. You got to stop, and then you got to wait at least 30 minutes if you get the fast charger and if there's nobody in front of you.
Yep. And
what are we doing?
Depending on the quality of your battery, do you have the best battery? Do you have the shitty battery? How old is your battery?
Crazy. It's crazy, dude.
Too many unknowns.
All right, so I got some comparison analysis here on different cars, okay?
Yeah.
The Nissan Leaf, you can end up going 143 miles. On a slow charge, it's 11 hours. That's 3.7 kilowatts. On the 7 kilowatt fast charge, it takes 6 hours. 22 kilowatt fast charge, it takes 6 hours. On these rapid chargers, 50 kilowatt, it'll take 1 hour to charge that car. And then there's a new one, 150 kilowatt rapid, and that Nissan Leaf won't do it. It can't accept that type charge. The Tesla Model S, okay, it can go 238 miles. On the slowest charge, it's 21 hours. On the super rapid charge that's newly available, that most cars aren't equipped with, it can charge in less than an hour.
Wow.
The Mitsubishi Outlander, you can go 24 miles without charging that sumbitch. 24.
Okay.
What, do you got to carry a diesel generator in the back?
Right, to continually charge it as you drive?
Yeah. They say it's possible to add up to 100 miles of driving range in less than 35 minutes on the new 50 kilowatt rapid charger.
Wow.
Just like our mobile phones, electric cars can be topped up during the day and recharged from empty to full overnight. Yeah, that's all fun and games until you do these rolling brownouts in the middle of the summer because you've been closing every piece of energy we have in this country. Oh, you don't like coal. Coal's what operates the electric in this country. That's how we run our power grid.
Or if you get stuck in traffic.
And natural gas. You're squashing fracking. You're not letting us dig for coal. You're forcing us into electric vehicles, and you're taking away our ability to charge them. What are we doing?
Well, the fracking was causing earthquakes, dude. Come on.
Stop, bro. Just stop. Do you know there's an earthquake like every so many seconds in this country? Not just the world, in this country.
Yeah.
What scientific data and peer-reviewed scientific data? This is what I need in order to accept what you're telling me. Because everything I talk about, I've seen peer-reviewed scientific data. It's not some politician standing up there saying, follow the science. It's peer-reviewed scientific data. That means if I do an experiment, I ought to write that experiment down and hand it to you without seeing the experiment. You ought to be able to produce the same experiment with the same results. Fair enough?
Huh?
Yes. If like
Dude,
let's
don't
say
make
I
me
do a
think.
scientific experiment.
Friday
here.
night, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. You're making me think. Stop it.
No, I'm just saying, dude. That's what I need. So unless you can tell me that earthquakes come from fracking and you have peer-reviewed scientific data to back that up, didn't happen, dude. Doesn't exist. I will research that after this show, though, just for the record, okay? If fracking
Thank you.
causes earthquakes. I know you're excited.
Yes.
All right, it's time for my third favorite part of the show. You know what that is?
Yes. The end?
Nice. Let's get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. Not in this lifetime, Sonny. Well, I think you're an overeducated 27-year-old version. There's a Mexican, a Jew, and a colored guy go into a bar. The bartender looks up and says, "Get the fuck out of here." Get off my lawn. Used to stack fucks like you 5 feet high in Korea. Use you for sandbags. Can't you people just leave me alone? Get off my lawn. You'd think the cold would keep all...
I love Clint Eastwood, man. I think he's great. I like him a lot. 91 years old, I think he is.
Yeah. Gotta be close to 92.
God bless him.
Poor Ray Liotta makes it to 67. Can we trade?
Yeah, right?
I say we trade Ray Liotta for two Clint Eastwoods.
All right, so there's a sheriff in the Panhandle in a place called Santa Rosa County. Okay?
Yes.
The sheriff in this Panhandle County is now encouraging homeowners to shoot burglars.
Well, guess where he probably got that lead from?
Right?
Yeah, Polk County.
Yeah, here he is right here. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we, Grady Judd, you probably know.
I've known
Polk
Grady
County.
Judd since 1983.
Yeah, my
Personally.
dad was actually, my dad was friends with him. My dad headed up the neighborhood watch in the neighborhood he worked in, or he lived in. My parents live in. My mom's still there. But yeah, my dad knew him. And
I think I told
Yeah.
you that story. He came to my high school and arrested me.
get out of here.
Yeah, no, I was in high school, dude. He didn't put cuffs on me or anything. I was called to the office, and I went down to the office, and they accused me of not paying for my dinner at Pizza Hut the previous Friday after the football game. And I said, no.
Okay.
I said, no, I paid for my dinner. Who would say that? And they said, well, somebody saw you with your Letterman's jacket on with your name on the back, and that's why we were able to identify you. So we're going to take you in this cop car from school. We're going to take you to the Pizza Hut, and they're going to look at you and tell me whether it was you. And I'm like, all right,
What?
dude, I know I paid. You know, I got nothing to hide. Sure, I'll go. I'll get out of school for a little while. So we go down to Pizza Hut, and as soon as I walk in, the girl goes, no, that's the wrong guy. I remember him because he tipped me real well. That's where I
Nice.
learned that mom and dad were right. Because you remember the people that tip you well and the ones that tip you bad.
Right.
So I happened to be there with a flashing billboard on my back with my name on it in the same vicinity as someone else who didn't pay. And I got roped in. I got guilt
Right.
by association. That's a Mikeism. And I got right out of it because I tipped well and she remembered that. So, yeah, that's my
That's
Grady
cool.
Grady Judd meeting experience.
We need to have a what happens in Polk County stays in Polk County segment with Grady Judd.
Nice.
Because he was, I guess a couple weeks ago, he was on, he did he does his regular news press conferences. And my wife read a story a couple weeks ago about it. And I'm like, that's probably Grady Judd. And she goes, no. And then it popped up again this past week. And she's like, remember that story you told me a couple weeks ago? Sure enough, it was Grady. But yeah, he's for people who don't know, he does press conferences and he gets in detail about crimes that happen and the criminals that do it. There was one press conference where this reporter was all up in arms and was like, well, why did you shoot him 68 times? And he's like, well, basically because we ran out of ammunition and we would have shot him more. So yeah, he's a straight shooter. Well, I don't know if he's a straight shooter, but he tells it like it is, and he puts the way he conveys his message. It's comical to a degree. And if you're out there and you're doing stupid things in his jurisdiction, you're going to know about it.
Now, if you're watching the video now, I've been having video problems on my end here, so I'm not there. I took one of the photos I took from Rockville in the rain out there, and I got a crazy face on. It looks like I could be the get off my lawn guy we're talking about now in this segment. I mean, I got the crazy hair, I got the crazy eyes, I got the homeless beard look there.
Yeah, you do look a little interesting.
Well, in that same picture in the background, there's two bald guys. One in the green there is obviously the sheriff. He's the sheriff of Santa Rosa County, and this story comes to us courtesy of mysuncoast.com. The sheriff of Santa Rosa County is who that is, Bob Johnson. He said one homeowner shot a man during the burglary spree that happened not long ago. This was at an April 21st news conference, by the way, after 4 home burglary spree in Pace, Florida. I don't even know where that is. It's obviously in the Panhandle.
Right.
After getting multiple reports of burglaries in rapid succession, they received the call of gunfire in the area. Now, that piece of crap there in the orange jumpsuit on the screen there, his name is Brandon Harris. And let me zoom in and make Brandon famous here. There he is right there. There's Brandon. Now, from looking at his picture, you don't think he did it, do you, Mike?
No, I don't see any tattoos on his face. He looks like an upstanding citizen.
Brandon Harris was caught moments after he jumped out of a window of a house as he was being pursued by deputies, Johnson said. He faces multiple counts of burglary and criminal mischief and was being held on a $157,500 bond. Johnson described Harris as a career criminal with at least 17 arrests. He doesn't just seem to get the picture that crime doesn't pay, Johnson says. At the news conference, Johnson said it was unclear which homeowner took a shot at the suspect, but assumed they were not, but assured them they are not in trouble. And on the video at that press conference, he says, "I guess they think they did something wrong, which they did not. If somebody is breaking into your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them here in Santa Rosa County. As a matter of fact, we prefer that you do."
Right. Yeah. That's almost like a direct quote from Grady Judd.
Yeah. So he went on to say, he went on even further, inviting the man, whoever that was that shot at this guy, to attend a gun safety class. This way he'll shoot better next time and hopefully avoid the taxpayers' excessive money.
Yeah. Yep. I've heard this story.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah. When it comes to your home, and I know in Texas, same with your car. Your car is almost considered a domicile of sorts. If someone tries carjacking you, your best case of defense is shoot them in Texas. I'm not sure about Florida law.
Yeah. No, I even if you shoot them in I've seen cases in the last 10, 15 years. Well, that's kind of racist. He got shot because he was leaving the property. Yeah, he was carrying the TV, but he was leaving and you shot him in the back, so you're guilty of murder. No, he's carrying my TV for my crib. No.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Remember when all that all that crap went down where people were marching in the streets and there's been home invasions and stuff? Dude.
And
stopping your car in the middle of the road and all that stuff, dragging you out of the car.
Yeah, and there's people out there like, well, the owner of that home valued his TV more than he did my son's life. Like, well, your son valued my TV more than he valued his own life.
Right.
It goes both ways.
Exactly. Now, when all that shit was going down, most people were locking up everything in their house and getting extra deadbolts. Sealing windows, getting burglar alarms, getting all this stuff. You know what I did? I opened up the front door and I put a note on the lawn, real big, 2x4 with a 4x8 sheet of plywood. It said, "I wish you would." Come on, Mike, in. Arrows pointing, flashing arrows.
What does your FBI record look like, Mr. Sofka?
I could tell you that, but I'd have to kill you, and I'd have to expose my former self. I used to be a real fucking wingnut. I've been in, when they protect witnesses, stuff like that, witness protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, my name's really not Mike Zofka. I picked that one out of the book, so
Nice.
that's what they gave me.
Got the whole family involved.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey, we talked about Disney in the last show.
Yeah, what did they screw up this time?
Disney guests forced to exit through the backstage due to massive crowding. This is according to
Okay.
our friends over at the blog Inside the Magic again.
I'll tell you,
Apparently-
when we were there in February, I've never seen it that busy. You know, ever. It's unbelievable how busy that damn park is.
Well, they're
at
saying that
$124 a person.
Yeah, they're saying that there's an expectation that crowds will continue to be steady over the next months. I think they're going to get hit in the pocketbook a little more before that happens. But there's pictures online. You can see them. They said, we didn't have another choice, but it was a little sad to see what it looked like behind the scenes. So this is like people that are buying in on all the magic visually and everything there. And then they had to get escorted out through the back way because there was so many people on Main Street. People that were wanting to leave couldn't leave.
Right.
So they had to take them on a little detour.
Yeah. I've in order to get out of that park, I've gone through the stores. You know, the stores, they may look like 20 different stores on one side of the street, but they're all connected. They just appear that way. So, yeah, you can go in one end and walk through the store to get out of the damn park, and I've had to do that more than once.
Now, any time you were backstage at a Disney property, did you ever run into somebody that got lost back there, like a customer, like a guest?
No. The only backstage in any of the parks I've been to is Animal Kingdom. I worked there part-time as a photographer for a small stint.
Well, when I did characters, when I was a teen still, I did Pluto. I did one of the three pigs. I did White Rabbit.
Just one?
Yeah, right. And I got some interesting stories there. Like, I came backstage and I got to the safe area where you can actually, take off part of your costume there. It was hot as hell. It was like a July. I was out on a short set. I came back and I took my head off. I was Pluto and I took the head off, and no kidding, within 3 feet of me was Bob Hope standing in front of me all of a sudden. Last person I expected to see. So I'm like,
yeah.
Hi, Mr. Hope. He's like, hey, Pluto. And he keeps going.
Cool.
Then there was the time that I was one of the three pigs. And the pig costume's a little different. The pig costume has little hooks that are attached to fake plastic hands in the sleeves, because the head is very large. The head covers my whole body all the way down to my thighs, just the giant head of the pig. And inside is a little rope, and you can stick your hand up inside the nose and wiggle the nose, or you could pull on the rope and in the head, and that would make the ears twitch a little bit.
Interesting. Cool.
So one of the hard plastic hands, I can also move the hands by grabbing the hook at the end of the hand. Like, if I wanted to stick my hand out of the sleeve, my hands aren't physically long enough. Now, the sleeve for the arms starts at about my thigh. So that's why it's got hard plastic 3-fingered hands on hooks Velcroed into each sleeve.
Wow.
Well, I'm doing a set on Main Street. It's hot as hell. We were doing